Welcome everyone to Blue Mirage Aesthetics Instagram live series Beyond Beauty. I'm Courtney Cunningham, social media manager, marketing specialist, and virtual assistant at BMA. And I'll also be your host for today's session. We have an exciting episode lined up for you as we dive into the world of aesthetics and skincare with Dr. Lorraine Stevenson, the expert behind all the magic here at BMA. Dr. Stevenson, thank you for joining us today. Could you please tell our audience a bit about yourself and your journey in the field?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dr. Stevenson, and I am the CEO at Blue Mirage Aesthetics, located in Livingston, New Jersey. We are a fully operational med spa medical practice here, and we service the public. My journey into medical aesthetics started about 20 years ago. I have over 20 years of experience in healthcare, and several years ago, I decided to go into the medical aesthetic side, where I did some training, got some certification, also worked with a couple of my colleagues as I was coming along. And the reason why I went into medical aesthetics was being a minority woman, even though my clients are very, very vast. So I have all cultures in my practice. So it's just not a minority service business. But as a minority woman, I just saw that in my culture that we focus a lot on other things, such as our hair, our nails, our clothes, our cars, but we forgot about ourselves. So I wanted to kind of like focus more and educate like minority women that beauty is also, it's also skin deep, but it's also your inner beauty. You can also bring it up by using the appropriate medical aesthetics that can help guide you as you're aging. As minorities, we love to say black don't crack, but we know that it will. So we want to be preventative. We want to be our best selves.
Yeah.
I didn't even think to myself 10 years ago that I would even consider Botox, fillers, threads. So along my journey to make my clients feel comfortable, I also would, I would indulge in some of these procedures to show them that it doesn't hurt. It's okay. It's safe. That is my journey in medical aesthetics. So my goal is that I'm not going to change your look. I'm just going to enhance your look. So as you're aging, I want you to age gracefully.
That's actually incredible, and I think a lot of persons would be more comfortable seeing that their suppliers are also indulging in what they're providing. We don't really see much of that, so I think that the transparency that BMA is offering is pretty awesome. I'd feel comfortable to come there. Okay, so today we'd love to dive deeper into some of the popular skin treatments offered at BMA that would be best for winter months. Can you explain what are the most common skin issues people face during the winter and how could they be prevented?
So the common skin issues that I see in the winter months are more dryness, itchy skin, eczema, exacerbation of psoriasis, chapped lips, cracked skin, just overall totally dryness. And I feel that the best treatment for some of these skin issues in the winter month is more to get a good moisturizer. Here at BMA, we focus a lot on our product line, which is Pravonia. We love Pravonia. So what I emphasize is that it's organic. It has no GMOs, is gluten-free, is safe even for patients who are undergoing cancer treatment, pregnancy. So there's a lot of advantage of using Pravonia products. I've been using Pravonia now for over a year, and pretty much I've had almost no clients that have come in and they had a complaint or issue with any of the products that I've used on them from the Pravonia line. So anything that's going to moisturize and hydrate your skin, those some of my recommendation: hyaluronic acids, ceramides, glycerin, Also products that's containing occlusive, such as even petroleum jelly. Vaseline is also
Mhm.
very good for your skin.
Yeah.
And, it's simple and it's cheap. And also dimethicone that can lock in moisture.
Mhm.
Um, you Humectants such as urea and alpha hydroxy acids.
Mhm.
These are also beneficial in the winter months for dry, cracked skin. In addition to some of these things, I like organic coconut oil.
Yeah.
Not because I'm Jamaican, but because it works. So try to
Mhm.
get something organic, no byproducts, and that also works really well in the winter. And also organic rapeseed
Okay.
oil.
Nice. Okay. So majority of these, well, let me not say majority, but some of the stuff that you mentioned just now, we can find in our cupboards and at home. So it can come in pretty handy, guys. I hope you're taking notes. All right.
Exactly.
So now I know our audience is always curious about skincare tips. Are there specific skincare products, or ingredients you recommend using during colder months?
So as I had mentioned that it should be like petroleum jelly, organic coconut oil, anything that has hyaluronic acids in it is good for dry skin.
Mm-hmm.
Moisturizer, even Nivea is good, but
Oh
like I said,
yeah, I like that.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
I like the Pravonia line. As I stated, that I've been using it for over a year, and I've had pretty much no clients have come in and complained about any of the byproducts or irritation or any issues after after using the Pravonia line.
Okay, so I'm curious. The Pavonia line is not just a procedure. There are products underneath it, like lotions and stuff like that.
Exactly. There's a whole skin line, and they have many skin lines. So they have skin line for dry skin, for acne, for
Mm-hmm.
teens, for Asian skin, for wrinkles,
Mm-hmm.
for hair, for
Just
nails.
overall
The
sensitive skin.
overall, yes,
Okay.
yes,
And I could get those products at
yes,
DME.
you
Okay.
can.
Okay. Great. That's great.
So you just call us at info@bloomerrageaesthetics.com or at 862-223-8449.
I hope you guys are jotting this down. All right. So how would you say that indoor heating affects our skin, and what steps can we take to counteract its drying effects?
Right, that's exactly. In the winter months, some of us in the States, we have controlled heat. So we don't have any control of how hot or how dry our apartments are because the heat is blasting. So I recommend that when it's winter month, to try to get humidifiers, try to you can even get like cold water when you go to bed at night and put a little bit of cold water at the bedside, and that would also pull some of the moisture from the from the house and kind
Oh.
of like decrease some of the dryness. So
Uh-huh.
I also recommend to avoid using hot water when you're bathing. The water should be like not too hot, not too cold, but like
Mhm.
I always say lukewarm or tepid water. That is
Right.
also beneficial to avoid you having very dry, cracked skin.
Okay.
So no long hot showers, and apply moisturizer immediately after.
Okay. I might have to indulge in these tips as well because this might be TMI, but I have an issue with dry skin and I love bathing in scorching hot water. So maybe I should take some of your tips into consideration.
Well,
Um,
thank you.
okay. Is there a specific routine that we could follow during the winter weather?
So I have a routine. So I have a couple of products that I use. Most of my product lines come from Pravonia. So in the morning, when I get up, I wash my face, and I can show you if you can see it. So I use this line. It's called Pravonia, and it's a clean, fresh, foaming oil cleanser. Even though it says oil cleanser, it's not really like an oil cleanser per se. These
Okay.
are for your water lovers. I love water,
Yeah.
and I do not recommend that you always have to use water to wash your face. There's also cream cleansers that you can use that you can just towel off. So
Really? Okay.
yeah, and then with Pravonia is a pea drop. So sometimes when we get these products, we tend to overuse them.
Uh-huh.
We have we pump numerous pumps in our hands. A tea bit of
Here
this.
again,
Is what I do.
Sorry, sometimes less is more. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
So I put up with this in my shower. When I come out, I use their Hydra Mist, the hyaluronic acid, and I spray this on my face, let it air dry for a couple of seconds, and then
Mhm.
I follow it with Pro Healed.
Mhm.
It's clinical, so this is not Pravonia. This is a Pro Heal advanced serum, and you
Mhm.
do like 3 to 4 drops. You don't even have to do 3 to 4 drops of this. So you do 3 to 4 drops and use your fingertips and dab it all over your face. And this also kind of like also help with brightening your skin. It
Okay.
also help with moisturizing your skin, and it's not irritating. There's no discomfort. It's not dry. It's not
Light.
itchy. Yes, very light.
Mhm.
So I use this, and then I follow this with the Pravonia. My favorite is the Power Repair line and is age correction, and this is the Maureen Collagen Cream. So this will give you a lot of hydration. Okay, because I also have like semi-dry skin also in the winter.
Uh-huh.
So this is what I use. And you can follow this with any sunscreen after you're done. But I love the de-stress oil. So after I'm done, I take a tea bit of the de-stress oil. And then I also put it all over my face and my neck. Don't forget your neck and your ears.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah. Right.
those
Yeah.
parts of our body and our chest area.
Yes.
And then I also like to use their it's called After Sun, but I also use it because I don't really like to apply sunscreen on my. I don't really like a lot of products per se because I already have used 5 products.
Uh-huh.
So to me that's enough. So they have a it's called an aromatic sun spray, and you just spray it
Like
on your face.
mist it.
And just mist it all over your face. And if you wear makeup, it also tends to kind of like just help you just keep your makeup on and just match
Oh
your makeup.
wow. Okay. All right. Nice. And all these products would be how often per week would you say?
Oh, this is daily.
Oh,
This is daily routine. Every day I use these products. You don't have to use all of them every day. You can skip them.
Mhm.
This is just more for therapy for me, the de-stress escape aromatic oil. So you don't have to use it every day. You can use it once a week, twice a week, once a month. But I just use this as a routine because I don't wear a lot of makeup. When I use that, it also helps kind of like help brighten my skin.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
like it gives you an even look.
Right. It gives me like a hydrated look.
Okay.
Yeah. And
All right, guys.
yeah.
Yeah. So you heard it from the doctor first. Consistency is key. So don't think that you're gonna use this for one day per week and you're gonna see results consistently.
Consistency.
Are there any dietary or lifestyle tips you could recommend for maintaining this healthy skin that we're trying to achieve?
The number one thing is hydration. Hydration. So typically your daily intake of water should be about 6 to 8 cups of water or fluids. So when I say it doesn't have to be water, but it's just fluids. Also remember that there's also fluids in your food. So if you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, there's also fluid also in those those products.
Right.
Typically a woman should have at least 11.5 cups of fluid a day, which is like 2.7 liters. And then for men, it should be more, which is 15.5 cups, which is about 3.7 liters per day of fluid. Try to avoid your carbonated, high sugar your beverages, because that also too is not going to do good for your skin. Some of the problem that we have with our skin is more hormone, what we put in our body.
Right.
Sometimes breakout and acne, we don't have any control because puberty, hormones play parts in all of these. So sometimes, that's why it's good to have a good dietary and a skincare routine. So when this happens, you know how to combat it.
Right. And I think it would also help to track when something is off if we really pay attention to our diet. So for all of us that are saying that, well, I already eat my fruits and veggies with, and I already drink so much water and my skin is still giving me, issues. It's not happening for us.
Exactly.
Pay more attention to your diet and try to get a skincare routine in there somewhere. So what are some of the signs that would indicate that our skin may need extra attention during the winter?
Oh my God, it's more increased dryness, itchiness, I'm the kind of person that I'm probably like everything I do, I say like I'm a snake because every season, because we have the 4 seasons
Uh-huh.
here, I go through that skin change where I get so itchy, and that tells me that something is wrong. So either I have to hydrate, change my diet, or start to use moisturizer to help with my skin. Whenever I go from summer to fall, my skin is like crazy itchy. Okay, you can have some redness. Those are your people who have like autoimmune disease, Raynaud's syndrome or disease, or your eczema people, or your autoimmune patients. So they start to have redness. Your psoriasis clients, they will have redness. So these are a couple of things: flaky, peel off skin. What I've always tell patients that it's so simple when it comes to hydrating your skin. Toothpaste. So when you have those dry, cracky hands, even when you have acne scars or acne breakout, what I do is I just get like organic toothpaste, more like Colgate, with no
Wow.
extra mint flavor, just your
Uh-huh.
plain white Colgate toothpaste. I take a bit of it and I just dab it on my acne. On your palm of your hands, you can just put the toothpaste on the palm of your hand, on the sole of your feet. Put your socks on, go to bed, and next morning you wake up, wash it off, and then your skin will just kind of just flake off.
Well, look at that. I have a confession. When I was younger, I'm not that old, but when I was younger, I found out that toothpaste that you just spoke about actually did wonders. So, we're young and we want to be beautiful 24/7. So I would have a pimple here and there, and I'd be like, nope, that's not working out for me. And I would just put my toothpaste, like you said, on the problematic areas, go to sleep, and I wake up in the morning and it's like magic. So I am living testimony that it actually works, guys. DIYs saves lives, right?
Exactly. And also too, I have to also mention that I always tell my clients who come in, any procedure that they get, whether they're getting Botox, fillers, threads, PRP, facials, any treatment that you're getting, when you get your treatment, when you go home, it's important that you change your bedding. Okay,
Oh, yes.
you
Yeah.
want to change your bedding so that any bacteria or anything that was in the bed that was there that may cause you a breakout or skin irritation, when you go back to sleep, is no longer there. So it's
Okay.
important that you change your bedding.
Yeah, that makes sense because we shed, right?
Exactly.
And even the hair, I knew that it irritates the skin sometimes because when I take too long to wash my hair, I realize it starts showing on my face.
Exactly.
So that makes
Exactly.
perfect sense.
Right. And I also recommend that you wash your hair. So if you come and get a facial, I don't want you to wash your hair, after you get your facial.
Yeah.
I'd rather you wait 24 hours or 48 hours and then you wash your hair.
Okay.
So it's important to also just, overall health and hygiene is important for a healthy skin, and also to combat some of the dryness in the winter months. In addition to also your hair, remember that your scalp is also skin. So it's important. You can even use a coconut oil in your hair. And Pravonia also has skincare line for the hair that can also help with dryness.
Oh wow, would you look at that? So a one-stop shop for everything. Okay.
Exactly.
Great. And I also, from experience, if I may say so myself, I realized that when you stick to one product line, it works better. I might have a misconception about that, but I think it works better when you stick to everything. So for example, if I'm gonna get Pravonia face wash, I just get the cream and the serums and everything on the same brand.
Right. It's always best to use FDA approved products. There's a lot of products out there, and it's so hard for people to choose because many products are doing very similar things. Sometimes when you mix them, you may have problems. So if you want to pick a routine, try to pick products from the same product line. So that way, if there's a reaction or any issue, you'll know what it is that's causing you to have the problem. But if you're switching around to different products, it makes it harder.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Are there any misconceptions about winter skincare that you'd like to clarify?
Sunscreen. Sunscreen. Even though I told you a few minutes ago that I am not one that love to put all these products on my face. There's spray
Mm-hmm.
sunscreen. There's so many spray products out there that you can just spray and go.
Okay.
I also recommend that sunscreen is not a one-time thing, and that's the issue that people think that I put sunscreen on in the morning and that's it. If you sweat, if your face gets wet and you dry it off, you have to reapply sunscreen. If you go swimming and you come out of the pool, and there are a lot that can also help with dry skin.
Okay. Interesting. That's true. That is true. I'm also guilty of that, but I'll go there.
Sunscreen is
Is there any
cancer
other misconceptions?
rays. We have to use our sunscreen. If we don't want to burn, we have to use our sunscreen, our UVA and UVB. We have to protect ourselves and use the appropriate sunscreens.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think that we have to really scope for the sunscreen that works best for our skin, because remember, everyone has different skin types and stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
How can we protect our skin? I mean, other than sunscreen, in the winter months, from the harsh winds and the low temperature, etc.
So it's the same thing. So you wear hats, scarves. You cover your hands with gloves. You wear warm socks. Some people, they sweat in their feet. So if you're a sweater, then you want to try to find socks that can have some drying properties in them. That would also help you. You can find shoes that have we call them like the sheer inside of them, that would kind of hold the moisture in.
Okay.
And then also you can wear a hat. Even in the winter, you can get some exposure, especially after a nice snowy day. If you ski, you're still getting exposure to the sun rays. So you also want to cover your face by wearing hats.
Yeah, I think a lot of persons get distracted because it's so cold, so everybody's paying attention to that instead of realizing that, sun's out today, even though it's cold, So
exactly. And again, sunscreen. Always sunscreen.
I know. Are there any particular areas of the body that are more prone to dryness or irritation during winter? And how can we best care for them?
It's more your thinner skin. It's always going to be your face, your hands, your lips that are always going to get dry. Pravonia has a good line for chapped lips. And again, I can sort of just moisturize. You can use Vaseline. So if you don't have to go, I don't want Pravonia, I don't want to spend protect your skin. Use Vaseline. Anything that's going to protect your skin.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds simple enough.
Exactly.
Can you recommend any natural remedies? I mean, apart from the ones that you mentioned before.
I'm still going to go back to coconut oil because I love coconut oil. Jojoba oil is a good moisturizer. Honey, even as I mentioned before, I like to mix honey. So let's say you have dry skin or chapped hands or chapped feet. I like to mix a toothpaste and put some honey in it because it just gives you a better way of applying the product and let it soak in. So you can use honey, you can use oatmeal, you can use Epsom's salt. There's so many products that you can use. Just be aware that everything doesn't work for everybody. So always just patch test yourself whenever you're doing anything. Let's say you go and you buy a toothpaste because I said to go buy organic toothpaste and you're allergic to it. Just patch test yourself first. If you have acne, test your hand first, the back of your hand or someplace where it's not so noticeable. Just in case you have allergic reaction. So always patch test yourself whenever you're using any product that you never used before.
That makes sense, actually. I'm curious though about the honey part of it. I love essential oils and stuff, but the honey, I think a lot of persons would say, the sweetness. Would that be more?
Right, you need the organic honey.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So find organic honey. I think because the location where we are, there are a couple of like New York and New Jersey. Some people in the summer month, They raise bees, and then they sell organic honey. So those are stuff that you can like stock up on and then have it for the winter months.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then you can see that there's less sugar, so that your typical honey that's not good, after a while it gets dry and cracky. The organic honey is going to be natural always.
Okay.
It's not going to get cracky where it's like forming like sugar crystals.
Okay.
It's not going to do that.
Okay. And we don't have to store it in the refrigerator or anything like that. Just okay.
Yes.
All right. We got so many information just now. I hope everyone was taking notes. I'm taking notes.
Yes,
I'm taking
notes. So, yes. So as you're finishing up, we do have specials that are going on. So we have Botox specials. If you can see my flyer, I don't know if you can see it, but those are that are listening in. And listen, you don't have to do fillers or anything. Botox is anti-aging. There's so many things that you can do with Botox. Okay, so you don't have to go filler route if you're like afraid. If you're afraid of needles, then maybe you may want to, have a consistent facial.
Okay.
Skincare is I would say skincare is the hallmark of anti-aging and sunscreen.
Okay.
Facial. It's your basic facial. So those are a couple of things that we have. That I always love. For winter months, I like to do peels because it takes away that dead skin. So it's a great way to kind of like get rid of dead, dry skin is to do chemical peels. And it could be any place on the body, the hand, the feet, okay, besides the face.
Yeah, and I think that would have been a good idea to get a peel before we start with the pampering of our skin with our daily skincare routine and stuff, just to have like a fresh start.
Exactly. I do peels because after I do a peel, I feel like my face is like a baby's butt. It's like so soft. So I know when it's time again for another peel, because when you're washing your face, you can feel that little not so smooth. You feel a little bumpy, even though it looks fine, but you know that it's time for a peel. You get that dead layer of skin off.
And how often could we peel and still be in the safe zone?
Oh, yeah. Safe zone, so you can peel 4 times a year. Most people peel seasonal. They'll peel winter, they'll peel spring, even in the summer. So after you have sun exposure, 2 weeks after sun exposure, you can get a peel. Some people, because of the sun damage, they'll have crepey skin. The peel will just take that crepey skin right off. So you can peel also in the summer months.
Yeah, it makes sense because earlier you mentioned that you guys having more than one seasons, multiple changes here and there. So I figured more or less the skincare routine that would work for winter would be different for summer, etc. But that would make sense to do it seasonally. Yeah.
Yes. So those are a couple of other options that we have.
Okay. So now that we are basically at the end of our discussion, very good discussion, I must say, we're gonna give our viewers some time to ask any questions that might have not been answered during our discussion.
And also note that if they have questions, we're gonna do our best to answer their questions. Some people don't like to ask questions online.
Yeah, that's fine.
So if you have questions or anything that you want to ask us, you can just shoot us an email, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions.
Sure, exactly. So
our email is info@bloomerrageaesthetics.com, and you can also text us on our phone number, which is 862-223-8449.
Alrighty, Dr. Stevenson. Well, thank you so much for sharing those valuable insights. We now have some questions. Well, I've asked my questions already, so I think we're fine. And like you said, majority of persons don't really like, doing it out in public. So we're looking out for those questions, guys. Thank you to everyone who joined us today on this journey beyond beauty. A heartfelt thank you to Dr. Stevenson for sharing your expertise and insights. If you have any further questions, though, guys, or would you like to book a consultation, you're all welcome to visit our website at www.bluemirageaesthetics.com. The link is in our bio. And for even more transformative experiences and beauty tips, stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Blue Mirage Aesthetics. Remember, beauty is not just skin deep. So with all those tips and tricks that Dr. Stevenson gave us just now, it proves that it's more than what we see. So there are things that we have to do behind the scenes to come out and, share it with everyone. It's about feeling confident and empowered in your own skin. So until next time, let's continue exploring beyond beauty together. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the likes. Please share the live.
Thank you.
And
thank you, everybody.
Please.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, and please look forward to having a session with us, a Beyond Beauty episode. This is episode 1, and episode 2 will be next week, this same time at 8:30 p.m. sharp. We'll be looking out for you guys. Thanks for joining. Share with your loved ones. Share with someone that you think would be, it would be beneficial to them to learn some stuff as well. So have a great night.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.